Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. Then the people of Israel traveled to the plains of Moab and camped east of the Jordan River, across from Jericho. Verse 2. Balak, son of Zippor, the Moabite king, has seen everything the Israelites did to the Amorite. Verse 3. And when the people of Moab saw how many Israelites they were terrified. Verse 4. The king of Moab said to the elders of Midian, this mob will devour everything in sight, like an ox devours grass in the field. So Balak, king of Moab, verse 5, sent messengers to call Balaam, son of Beor, who was living in his native land of Pithol, near the Euphrates River. His message said, look, a vast horde of people has arrived from Egypt. They cover the face of the earth and are threatening me. Verse 6, please come and curse these people for me, because they are too powerful for me. Then perhaps I will be able to conquer them and drive them from the land. I know that blessings fall on any people you bless, and curses fall on people you curse. Verse 7, Balak's messengers, who were elders of Moab and Midian, set out with money to pay Balaam to place a curse upon Israel. They went to Balaam and delivered Balak's message to him. Verse 8, stay here overnight, Balaam said. In the morning, I will tell you whatever the Lord directs me to say. So the officials of Moab stayed there with Balaam. Verse 9, that night God came to Balaam and asked him, who are these men visiting you? Verse 10, Balaam said to God, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent me this message. Verse 11, look, a vast horde of people has arrived from Egypt, and they cover the face of the earth. Come and curse these people for me. Then perhaps I will be able to stand up to them and drive them from the land. Verse 12, but God told Balaam, do not go with them. You are not to curse these people, for they have been blessed. Verse 13, the next morning, Balaam got up and told Balak's officials, go on home. The Lord will not let me go with you. Verse 14, so the Moabite official returned to King Balak and reported, Balaam refused to come with us. Verse 15, then Balak tried again. This time, he sent a larger number of even more distinguished officials than those he had sent the first time. Verse 16, they went to Balaam and delivered this message to him. This is what Balak, son of Zippor, says. Please don't let anything stop you from coming to help me. Verse 17, I will pay you very well and do whatever you tell me. Just come and curse these people for me. Verse 18, but Balaam responded to Balak's messengers, even if Balak were to give me his palace filled with silver and gold, I would be powerless to do anything against the will of the Lord my God. Verse 19, but stay here one more night, and I will see if the Lord has anything else to say to me. Verse 20, that night God came to Balaam and told him, since these men have come for you, get up and go with them, but do only what I tell you to do. Verse 21, so the next morning Balaam got up, saddled his donkey, and started off with the Moabite official. Verse 22, but God was angry that Balaam was going, so he sent the angel of the Lord to stand in the road to block his way, as Balaam and the two servants were riding along. Verse 23, Balaam's donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand. The donkey bolted off the road into a field, but Balaam beat it and turned it back onto the road. Verse 24, then the angel of the Lord stood at a place where the road narrowed between two vineyard walls. Verse 25, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it tried to squeeze by and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So Balaam beat the donkey again. Verse 26, then the angel of the Lord moved further down the road and stood in a place too narrow for the donkey to get by at all. Verse 27, this time, when the donkey saw the angel, it laid down under Balaam. In a fit of rage, Balaam beat the animal again with his staff. Verse 28, then the Lord gave the donkey the ability to speak. What have I done to you that deserve your beating me 3 times? It asked Balaam. Verse 29. You have made me look like a fool. Balaam shouted, if I had a sword with me, I would kill you. Verse 30. But I am the donkey you have ridden all your life. The donkey answered, have I ever done anything like this before? No, Balaam admitted. Verse 31. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eye, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the roadway with a drawn sword in his hand. Balaam bowed his head and fell face down on the ground before him. Verse 32. Why did you beat your donkey those 3 times? The angel of the Lord demanded. Look, I have come to block your way because you are stubbornly resisting me. Verse 33. This time, 3 times, the donkey saw me and shied away. Otherwise, I would certainly have killed you by now and spared the donkey. Verse 34. Then Balaam confessed to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned. I didn't realize you were standing on the road to block my way. I will return home if you are against my going. Verse 35. But the angel of the Lord told Balaam, go with this man, but say only what I tell you to say. So Balaam went on with Balak's officials. Verse 36. When King Balak heard that Balaam was on the way, he went out to meet him at a Moabite town on the Arnon River, at the furthest border of his land. Verse 37. Didn't I send you an urgent invitation? Why didn't you come right away? Balak asked Balaam. Didn't you believe me when I said, I will reward you richly? Verse 38. Balaam replied, look, now I have come, but I have no power to say whatever I want. I will speak only the message that God puts in my mouth. Verse 39. Then Balaam accompanied Balak to Kiriath Hazot. Verse 40. Where the king sacrificed cattle and sheep, he sent portion of the meat to Balaam and the officials who were with him. Verse 41. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bathmoth Baal. From there he could see some of the people of Israel spread out below him. Amen.